Hey, so I want to tell you 3 projects that I'm working on. I love to hear what other photographers are up to because sometimes this can be kind of a lonely pursuit, or maybe we see each other's individual photos online and that kind of thing, but we never know, what kind of project or what kind of thing are you actually making, just besides random pictures here and there. So 3 things that I'm up to. First of all, I'm writing my story as a photographer. I've been doing this for 30 years. I started off as a 10-year-old kid who just couldn't wait to grow up so that he could get out there in the world and do whatever he wanted to do. And I wanted to explore the world with my camera and make beautiful photos. There have been a lot of challenges along the way, and I'm only just now finally in that place where I get to do basically whatever I want, within limits. And I'm writing that story. And I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. First of all, because I want to look back and understand my journey, how I got here today, how I overcame weaknesses, what weaknesses I still have to overcome. And, it's kind of an exciting journey. And I'm having a lot of realizations along the way through the writing process. So the other reason why I'm doing it is because I want to leave something for my kids. I have 4 kids, and I know that at least 2 of them are creative, and I think that they're going to follow in my footsteps in some ways. Not necessarily as photographers, but I think that they're going to be creative people who need to figure out how to live as creative people. And I think that my story will kind of help them. So the second project I'm working on is a website for my photography, kind of for a lot of things, but basically for my photography and my creativity. It's going to be a little bit different than what I have seen other people do in the past. So what this website will be is, if I had a studio, now I don't quite have a studio yet, but if I had a studio, the website would kind of be the online version of my studio. Or perhaps because the website's going to come first, I can say that the studio will be like my website come to life. And so here's the kind of thing that my studio/website will be. First of all, a studio is a place to study. And I think of a studio as a place to study, as like a laboratory, a place to experiment and to learn new things. I think of it like a living room, where you bring in the community, you bring other people in, and you get together and you tell your stories, and you learn things together. I think of it as like the shrink's couch, or like the psychologist or the counselor's couch. You lay down and you just spit your mind out there, and you talk with other people, and you kind of figure out what's going on inside. It's like a confessional. You go and you confess your weaknesses and the things you've done wrong, and you learn from other people. You can see that the idea that I have for a studio is much bigger than just a place where you come and take pictures with your camera, even though that's certainly part of it. And so my website will be a place where I can bring together my 30 years of photography, the things I pursued as a child, the ideas that I pursue now, the half-baked ideas that I just want to throw out there and see what other people think, and a place where where I can share, where other people can learn, just a place to dump everything and then begin to organize it and see what's really going on. And then the final thing that I'm working on is I actually work as a professional photographer. I'm a family photographer, and one of my weaknesses is that I often get anxious and depressed, and my emotions very easily go to negativity. And so a project that I did, my wife actually helped me do this. She went through my email, like a couple of thousand emails for the last 5 years, and she found every nice thing that families said about the photos that I took for them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile all of these nice things that people have said into a photo book. So it's going to be people's comments and then the photos that I've done. And when I get discouraged, I want to open this book and I want to see what I've done for people. And it's not about, just sort of feeling good about myself and thinking, oh, what a great job I've done. It's seeing how valuable my photography has been for other people. And it's going to be a fun project to do. So I'm very excited about these 3 projects because they're coming out of, 5 or more years worth of just kind of exploring and working. And now I've got this way of bringing everything together in a book about my journey, as a photographer. And this book is not necessarily to be published. It's for myself, and I'll see what happens after that. It's for myself and my family first and foremost. And then this website where I can kind of collect all the odds and ends together, all of the creativity, and share it with other people. And then this last project, my business, bringing together all those kind words and just being able to see how valuable my work has been for families.